Hello and welcome to our very special guest to Urban Nocturnes for our spring concert. This is Shaun Tilburg, principal percussionist of the Phoenix Symphony. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Shaun and I are going to be performing Ingolf Dahl's Duettino Concertante for flute and percussion. And as you can see, he's got quite the setup here going on. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Certainly, yeah. This is called multi-percussion, which just literally means multiple percussion instruments as opposed to just a snare drum or just a keyboard. It's a combination and it's played by one person, but he organized it in an interesting way. We have non-pitched instruments, but they're organized in a relative pitch sequence, so from low to high. So it goes from low all the way up to high. And then there's a couple of little toys. We've got some cymbals and a triangle's hiding in here, and a wood block over here.
This was written in 1966, so how standard would it have been to have percussion featured in this way in a solo or chamber music capacity?
In the 60s, still very, very new, and I had not even heard of this piece until
neither of us had
started looking at
heard of it or played it before this, so
yeah.
It's been an adventure. The first movement, it's sort of a quintessential march, I would say probably like the most obvious sort of implementation of percussion or utilization. However, when we get into the second movement, Arioso Accompagnato, like that one is obviously a lot more lyrical, and it really does kind of play with the idea of who is the aria voice. I mean, obviously, like, I think weaves in and out a bit. And then in the fugue, which is very intricate rhythmically, and Shaun's got all kinds of crazy techniques going on. Maybe you can share a little bit of that.
And so he asked you to use a double-ended stick. I've just manufactured one here with some moleskin. So you have a soft side, and then you have an articulate wood side. And he has these flipping, like pretty regularly flipping between. So there's a lot of that, brushes and soft mallets as well, and the metal side of the brush. So there's a lot of like meticulous, fussy instruction on pretty much every note or every other note.
The final movement, prestissimo, as it implies, is quite fast, very sort of driving rhythmic energy. However, it does have this one little like oasis break where it breaks into this like very cute little waltz. And so there's just sort of like a moment of like levity in
It
there.
has quite a bit of like deconstructed drum set, right?
Right.
This little waltz, and he uses a lot of brushes. So there's a lot of moments of like drum set accompaniment to a lyrical voice, which is nice.
It's been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
It's been great. And on this program, Shaun is also going to be playing a solo on marimba.
Yes, I'm going to play J.S. Bach's Gigue from the E minor Flute Suite. That's a very short but very difficult and fun piece to play. So.
I heard it this morning. It sounds great. So I hope you will join us for our concert, which starts streaming April 29th. Thank you again, Shaun, and thank you all for being so supportive of Urban Nocturnes.